All right, I'm gonna do a little update as we're going with this deal. As you can see, I told you I was gonna brace the parachute bar. Is it overkill? Makes me feel better, so I don't really care. I do plan to run a 1/4 mile event once or twice. That's a lot of pressure back here, so I'm just making sure that it's plenty strong. We're getting it put in there. I need to weld the bottom sides. But as you can see, the bed is still kind of being supported by this 2x6 right here. I can drop the 2x6, it will hold it up, but being that this is 1/2 inch, it kind of sags a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to make the vertical braces for here to help tie it together, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up to weld it out. So let's get these verticals, go ahead and cut and place where they go, and I'll pop back in and show y'all when that's done. But other than that, the bracing for the parachute deal looks good. I'm happy with it. So let's get those verticals put in there so we can lift the truck up, weld the bottom, and just mark some more things off the list. All right, y'all, I'm just getting done welding some of the ass into the truck together. That's kind of some of the bracing for the back here. Okay, so I'm still gonna have some kickers off of these to add some support. I'm gonna do something off of here, probably something off here to just to help stiffen it, and then something probably from here to here. This is all dough call. It's 1/2 inch stuff. It's not, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's 1/2 inch. Okay. I had to think about it. Let me double check. Let me see. I don't want to lie to you, give you bad information. Pretty sure it's 1/2 inch. Yes. 1/2 inch dough call. That's what I thought. It's 1/2 inch dough call. It's not heavy. It's pretty weird now that I have this tail back here for the parachute mount. When you push down the back of the truck, you watch the front end of it come up, so that's a good sign. And this parachute is braced a lot, and I'm doing that, like I said, because I do have plans to run out the 1/4 mile at a few different events. And I just want to make sure that we're rock solid. The stuff is scary. It's fast. So I hope it's fast. It may not be scary at all. So I need to get the dual parachute mount deal to be able to weld that on. But I mean, yeah, this come along pretty good. I'm happy with it. So let's keep going. All right, we got the back end welded up here. That wasn't fun. That took a lot of time. Let me flip the camera around and I'll show you. All right, so you can see we got the little rear support section here. All that jazz is in there. Looks good. Not mad at it. I believe we are braced plenty right here. And I'm probably gonna add the Hammerconcepts dual parachute mount here. But we needed this to mount the bed sides. These are the only things I didn't weld out was the tabs here. When I take the bed sides off, I'll do it. But yeah, this made everything nice and rigid. Kind of hard to tell in the video, but this way now the bed sides, when I bolt them on, they're going to go right back in the same location, and now I can properly pull measurements for the wheel tub. So that's mainly what I work on, because I need to get the tubs in and then start building the carbon up to them. Yeah, so that's what I've been working on. That's what I've been doing. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but man, making all these little tubes, and I don't have a hole saw to notch this small of a tube, so you're doing every single one of those by hand. Like every single one of them, you're fitting up by hand. It's not that fun. So, yep, I'm gonna need to take this bed side off here and pull some measurements for a tub. So let's roll on to that. All right, y'all, got one of my OG jackets from probably 8 or 9 years ago on. Anyway, I'm I'm cutting tub stuff. Whew, this is stressful. I'm gonna tell you all right now. Like, it's really stressful. I think I got it pretty close. I need to trim it back about 1 inch. So I'm taking little stabs at it. We can always cut more, but just remember you can't. I mean, you can put carbon back, but that's a whole different thing. You don't want to do that. Just do it right the first time, which is what I'm trying to do. I'm using a jigsaw too, by the way, here. I was wondering. A jigsaw, I use painter's tape on the foot so it doesn't scratch carbon, and it's a plastic blade. It's meant for plastic. You get it from Harbor Freight. Yeah, they're Bauer. No, I'm not sponsored by Harbor Freight. But if Harbor Freight wants to do something, they need to hit me up. Slide them my email. But yeah, hyper tough. This is just a Walmart jigsaw, nothing crazy, and it cuts the carbon really good. Fiberglass too, so it keeps the dust down to a minimum. That's why I'm wearing a hoodie. It's not actually cold here, it's hot, but if you've ever dealt with cutting carbon, it is 10 times itchier than fiberglass, so keep that in mind. I'm gonna go ahead and trim this thing back a little bit more and see if we can get it fit up a little better. I just kind of wanted to take a little video, show you what I'm using, and yeah, what I'm doing. So let's get to it. All right, she's in there. There is a little gap. I did this kind of intentional to give me a little leeway, so to say, on a little room for air. I'm not the best in the world at this, but I'm sure with practice I'll get there. But I'm gonna take like a rubber trim or a seal, slip over the tub that'll seal to the bed, and then I'm gonna be building a tree off of this. That's gonna have a ribbon strip for the tub, and the tub will also be riveted to the chassis back here. But once we do that, then we can build off of. Look at the Bondo. Poor paint guy's gonna be pissed at me. But now we can start excuse me, got the hiccups. Building all of this area here, okay? Which I need to build a box here, okay? And then we'll build a panel up to this carbon tub. Well, actually, this tub will come flat out to that bar and then go down. But yeah, you get the idea. Slowly but surely, y'all. We're gonna get there. It'll be worth it. All right, so now that we have this deal on here, kind of fit up, we need to start figuring out how we're gonna mount it. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do for bracing here just yet. I'm gonna kind of eyeball a few people's builds that I look up to. Not just trucks, cars, and trucks. I mean, fab shops is what I should say. I'm gonna go ahead and drill some 1/8 inch holes, put some Clecos on the frame rails back there to hold it. You see my kind of whatever works. So I'm probably gonna get the holes popped in there first. That way it's in one spot. It's gonna stay in that spot. I can do a little final trim on the bottom section by the frame rail. And then, like I said, we're gonna start figuring out what I'm gonna do here, which I'm unsure, but we're gonna figure it out together. So let's get some Clecos put in there. All right, y'all, we're on the truck. Something pretty cool showed up today. I figured I'd share it with y'all. Y'all know I run a Primeweld 225X TIG machine. Honestly, it's the best bang for buck. Under $1,000. You can have a TIG machine, bottle, well, no bottle, regulator and all that stuff, all your consumables. I say all your consumables. It comes with a torch and stuff, and a few cups. But you'll need tungsten and filler and a gas bottle. And you'll be ready to go. Still extremely affordable, but, ooh, if I don't drop it. They come out with a wireless TIG pedal. Got one. Let's get it set up and let's see how it works. I'm pretty excited. Make it a lot easier than me having to stretch this cord out all over the place. So hopefully it helps. Let's see how it goes. We're back. Sunday fun day. Yesterday was Saturday, obviously. Didn't get to work on the truck. Had to do adult things like cut the grass and all kind of stuff. So today, race car stuff. So I have some Clecos. I'm putting the wheel tub here. Let me get around here. You can kind of, I just have 3 of them, one on the top and one on the front and one on the back. I'll make a straight line, measure it out because I kind of just want them symmetrical. Again, nobody will know it, nobody will see it, but I know it's there. So what I'm doing right now is I am building this bracket right here. That's gonna have a ribbon strip to support the rear of the tub. And it's also gonna be the mount panel to close in the gap back here because like I said, this is all gonna be carbon. We're gonna try and do our best to close this deal in. And yeah, is it an overkill? I don't really know. This is 1/2 inch dough call. It's pretty light. But man, wind at 200 mile an hour can't be gentle. So anyway, we're gonna get this tacked up, see how it fits up, and I'll show y'all what it looks like. All right, y'all. I used tape and my Central tools, little holder to try and hold this in place for me to tack it. Which I did. I took the bedside, I set it back up on here to make sure this fits nice, and it does. So I welded this out. This is welded in. Feel pretty good about it. Now what I'm gonna do at this point is I'm going to mark the bottom of this here so I can trim that up, okay? Trim that up, and then we'll place a ribbon strip along here to secure it to this as well. So it'll be secured to those bars. And here should be a really rigid tub. Should be overkill. Again, I don't know. Just doing what feels right. So this is slightly angled down because I'm trying to work with aerodynamics here. Okay, a lot of people don't close in the bottom of these trucks. A lot of air gets trapped under there. I want to make it have laminar airflow out the back. I don't want it all turbulent. So this is going to be a carbon panel, and then it's going to be carbon panel to here as well. And then we're going to trim out the lower half of the roll pan to be able to let the air out. And obviously there'll be panels under the center and all that stuff. Now, up here, it's going to be a kind of a similar deal here, like a little similar piece to fill this in right here. And then it'll come straight down to another piece that I'm going to build here, okay? This way, this will be sealed up. So I'm going to cut a ribbon strip. Actually, I'm going to mark these, get it trimmed out the exact way. I may just build the front thing like this and have both the front and rear supports done, then do ribbon strips. We'll see. I'm not 1,000%. I'll probably think on it while I'm eating some lunch and come back to it. But we do know for a fact we need to get it trimmed out. I have Clecos holding the tub in. This is welded in, like I said. Pretty dang rigid. Feel good about it. The tailgate section is rigid. It feels good. I'm happy with that too. Now the reason that I have it like this is because I have a fiberglass tailgate skin. And so with the wing, I can't support it on that piece of fiberglass. It won't be enough support. So I put these vertical struts evenly spaced so I can run struts right through the skin directly to this. So it would actually hold, be strong. Again, is it overkill? I'm not sure, but I don't want anything falling off, ripping off. It's gonna make you look silly. I know there's a lot going on here for the parachute bar. That's overkill, but that's okay. Parachutes are important to me. It's gonna have dual chutes, and I want to make sure that everything's gonna stay where it needs to be, potentially save my life one day. So let's yeah, I need to cap this off too. I have another cap. I'll weld that in, and then we'll see about building this little piece here. All right, y'all. Got the doors open. It's a beautiful day here today. I think it's like 70. It's perfect. We built that piece back there. Sorry, I'm not really setting up time lapse. I'm trying to just hurry up and make some progress. Yeah, as you can hear my voice, I'm not super excited because this is, I don't know, I guess it's one of the more annoying parts of the build is having to do this little stuff here. It works good though. It fits good. This is pretty much what we got going here. So now the picture should start coming together for everybody, and I'm going to trim up the bottom of that carbon a little bit more. So should be able to start getting the picture here, but I just want to take a moment and show you what we got going on. I'm not going to sit here and make this one and that one for when I set the tub on the other side, because there's a good chance it's not going to be 1,000,000,000% accurate. And if I make these and they're, you know, 16 short on the legs, then I'm screwed and I'm wasting material. So sorry, that was loud. We're going to go ahead and just go over this stuff one side at a time. So let's see if we can come up with some creative ways to hold this up so I can tack it in. One-man band gang. So let's get this up there. All right, so when you're doing these types of things, you got to put the bed sides on and take them off 47-11 times, okay? So you can see it's got some nice fit up here, and it does have some nice fit up back here too. So it's gonna work out good. Now that we know it does clear the bed and it fits, I'm gonna remove the bed side and try and get it tacked in and get it welded up. Kind of gotta get creative with tape and stuff. I don't know if y'all can see. So there's a little magnet you see right there, and then I just have tape right there, taping it to the tub to hold it up. So let's get that tacked in, let's get it welded in, and I guess we can do ribbon strips on it. Probably do some ribbon strips to the tub, secure the tub, and yeah, going from there. So let's put it in there. All right, we got it welded in, just lowering the lift down. I had to get underneath it to get the bottoms, but it is welded in. It's pretty strong, surprisingly, but it's going to be extremely strong once we tie in the tub on the back one and the front one. You can kind of see. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, y'all. I know a lot of people leave it open, but like I said, I'm trying to seal off the bed because the cab is going to be open to the bed, and plus this way it keeps it being aerodynamic. There's no air going to get trapped in the bed of this thing. So I'm gonna get the tub set back in there and we'll start seeing what ribbon strips look like. All right, y'all, I got the tub cleat back in. I wanted y'all to see how I trimmed it up. It's nice. Like I said, this will be a carbon on the bottom side of this, and the same thing is gonna happen back here, okay? And we got some ribbon strip. Let me find a little piece I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, got some ribbon strip. Had to find some. All right, so this will go something like that. Okay. And once we put these on here, that sucker is going to be mounted, and I mean mounted pretty dang good. So that's what I'm going to fit up for this side. And we will do, let me switch hands here. We'll do the same thing over here for this side here. Okay, it's going to look good. It's going to fit up good. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to work out well. So let me get these things measured out and fit up, and yeah, keep trucking. Now it's going to be a pain in the butt to take these things on and off because of how tight I have them fitting right here. Okay, but that's, like I said, trying to keep the bed sealed. So being that these are angled inwards to kind of grab it, it's not going to be the funnest thing in the world to remove. but I think we'll manage. I think we'll be able to manage, no problem. Only one way to find out, right? Let's test it.